Hello and welcome, this is Pioneer from SWEBAT.com and I'm going to do a tutorial about vehicles in the game Alpha Wars. And remember, I heard it before, please visit us at SWEBAT.com or mail us at info@swebat.com. We are in World 6 on map 48 and we're looking forward to see you as a member. So let's start, and I'm as usual using my friend Tiny's account. So vehicles, how do you produce vehicles? You put the cursor on the garage and you get the options for vehicles up, and you hold your cursor over the vehicle and you will see the name, a little bit about the ability and the price in resources and the build time. And to build a vehicle you just click here and the countdown will start. I can do it. So we see 30 seconds to build. And if you want to build more, you can hold your cursor behind here and you can click this if you have titanium. He already have a zero. There are 3 left, but if you click here you get a queue system and will produce up to 10 vehicles at a time. So yeah, I see here he got 3 left because he bought this before. So now if we let this count go, it will produce 3 of them, you see. Now let's start it over. So when it comes out, it creates a group, and you will see it up here in the group limitation. This created group 7, you can have maximum 10 here. So always watch what you have here. So this one created a new group, the 7th group. And I mark it and I drive away with it. And in a few seconds you see a new one coming out. And if you don't have the queue system, you will produce 1 car or vehicle and that's it. No, nothing else. Now I was within the area here, so it will jump. You see 8. There are 8 groups because it came anew, and he felt that the same vehicle was within this area, so it jumped into it and we are still at 7. That's a thing you must learn about this game, is about the group limitation. The group limitation is often the same as the amount of bases you have. And now I drove away here, so you will see that he still sees me. Okay. That's pretty amazing. And now you see that it's pretty smart to find that there are a group nearby. Oh no, that was a big jump. So it jumps in. Okay. So there's still one group. But let's say that I had been driving away, or for some reason paused, cancelled the building, drive away with these vehicles. The ones coming out will start a new group, and then it will be 8 up here. And when you have 10, you can't build any more vehicles at all. So you have to think about what groups you have and how many you have in them. For example, if I was away with these and want more, I should drive them to my nearest base, park outside, and create another vehicle that comes here. And you can't have more than, in this case, 9, because as the vehicle leaves the garage, it will form a group before it joins a group. So you really need 1 space left. Because you always also want to have room for the APC, because you don't build APCs if you're actually going to use them, because they take place, they take resources, and you don't know maybe when or where you're gonna take the next base. And of course you build the APC as close to the base you're capturing as possible. The APC is this vehicle, and you need an APC to conquer a base. When you want to conquer a base, you take the Panhard because it's specialized on base defenses. You can never ever take a base with an FAV, a Humvee, only APC, forget it. And you can maybe take, of course, easier bases with a lot of light tanks or Centurions, but you want to use vehicles that specialize in base defense, and that you can read in the text here above that they specialize. And if you go push the question mark and you go to Alpha Wars Help, click on units, you will see all the facts about the vehicles in the game. In this case, FAV, the cost, arming is how much damage they do per second, armor is how much damage they can take per second, weapons range is how when they start shoot, regarding distance to the enemy or the base defense, and the higher, the earlier they start to shoot. Sight radius is actually when you start to see what the FAV have around himself, so in this case 8. So in this vehicle, for example, the tank destroyer sees his target double at a double distance. So if a tank destroyer are out driving, he sees an FAV before he even sees him, and also the tank destroyer can shoot him out before the FAV even recognize him or see him at all. Never build these, only for kamikazes or driving to an area you want to look at or something because they're cheap, but don't use them as an armed force in your army. And never send to cap a base. It's impossible, will never happen that you succeed. So I don't want to see anyone drive around with these at all, actually. And also you will find out the special ability. And what is a special ability? You see the Panhard has special ability base defense, and that means it's specialized in base defense, so it's not really good at anything else. You see the armoring here, it does 100 damage per second. No, it never does 100 damage per second, because it's a base defense special ability vehicle. So that means he does 5 times more arming or damage per second on base defense. So 500. The Panhard does 500 damage per second on base defense. And on everything else, air units, other vehicles, airplanes, helicopters, everything, he does 5 times less damage. So the Panhard does 20 damage per second, which is the same as the Humvee. So the Panhard you use when you're going to take a base and destroy the base defense. Otherwise it's not good for anything. Maybe buy a hot dog, but not fight against vehicles. So if you want to fight a vehicle, you look for a good tank without an ability, because then these figures are correct. Or you look at one with special ability against vehicles, like here. Then you know, my god, for 400 times 5, that's 2000 per second. So this one is really good against other vehicles. And it's great to use together with the Panhard to be ready for any situation you can find going to the base. And while there, you send this one at the base defense, and you use this one as backup on the base defense, of course, but if enemy vehicles appear, you send this one. If you come to the base and there are vehicles, you want this one close, otherwise the Panhard will get in trouble. So read this to learn how to use them. And this is speed, this is how much fuel they use per second driving. Easy as that. But if you're a member of SWEBAT, or if you want to look anyway, I recommend you to go to our page and look at our own list of vehicles. Now let's see if my internet are working. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And when you're there, you click on game wise, and units, and you will get my list. That of course is much better. So, and if you don't see, you can click on it and it will become in original size, and we see here FAV. All the figures are correct and are the same as you saw before, but I have added the specialty in the beginning, so you see it faster. You see the price, the attack, and also I put in the air damage per second on every vehicle, so you actually see how low it is and how big it is on the air specialized units. And I call it defense instead of armor. And here's the range, sight, speed, fuel, special ability again. And here I've counted the real attack with the ability. So you see here that the Panhard does 500, and you got these really good tank destroyer and howitzer. They are amazing. And here you see what their actual damage per second are on everything else. Expect the ability. So this one is good to see the real figures over here. And the comments, I've done a small commentary about every vehicle, like see here. No use of it, don't build it, only good for kamikaze. Don't build FAV or Humvee. Not worth it, can't do anything with it. And don't drive around in it. I can say that 1,000 times, but you won't listen. Joking. But read this. It's actually good for your game. So, what else we have to say about the vehicles? Yeah, if you have two groups of the same car, you can only have one vehicle in this group. I can't put this vehicle with this. Can only be FAVs here, can only be the wheels here. But if I have two equal groups, less than 25, because your maximum is 25, you can put them together. Then I mark like this, and then I mark the group I want them to go to, and then I right click there, and they will go there to the other group. Can't show that now, but I think you understand. Mark it, put it close, of course. And you mark this, and then you right click within the other, and one car will leave and join over there. Then you do right click again, and one more. You right click again, and one more, until they're empty. This group disappear, this figure go down, and you can create another group. Easy, correct. And I'm going to show you the helicopter base. Looks the same almost, but facing down. And in here you have different kinds of vehicles. These are the same as in your base, but there are 5 helicopters. This one, called the spy helicopter, no use of it. It's like the Humvee. If you just want to go to a very dangerous area to get a quick look, or you want to place something in a corner to watch or whatever, sure, build one. But don't build more than one. It will only take space. You can't kill anything with it. Maybe a FAV or Humvee, but that maximum. So you use these 4 helicopters. The Comanche have stealth abilities. It has a really dangerous gun, but can't take a single shot from almost anything. So when you use the fire on this one is when you come into a battle, not as the first vehicle. The battle already began, and then you can fly in with this one and do heavily damage. And of course it's stealth, so you can fly around everything that don't see stealth, and see stealth is this detector outside of the base. Otherwise you have the Tiger. You use it against other air units like airplanes or other choppers. They are not good at bases, they are not good at vehicles, keep them away. Then you have the Cobra. They are really good at bases, to kill base defense, and they suck at everything else. You keep them away from vehicles, and you keep them away from other air units. Then you have the Apache. That is really good against vehicles. Still, it's very weak. but it's good at vehicles. You will lose some, but they will definitely kill vehicles. But they are lousy at base defense, and they suck at other areas. They die like flies. Not very expensive, so it's okay. But you really have to put mind what to use them for, and you have to use them for that cause. Otherwise, they will be dead and you lose a lot of resources. But feel free to ask in the game or the voice chat we have what units to use, look at others, keep them in the right order. Don't engage, for example, towards the base defense with the Apache first. And regarding that, when you go ahead against base defense, always send a vehicle first. The best choice to take fire on the panhards. Send them in and then hit with the Cobra, and you will save the Cobras, and they will kill all base defense, because the base defense will focus mainly on the first vehicle that starts shoot, and the second thing it looks for is the base ability attacker, so it's the panhard or the Cobra if you don't have another base specialized attacker. So try keep in mind, and when you do all this, the APC is far away waiting, and keep an eye on the APC so you don't get a surprise attack on the APC. Could be good to place a vehicle strong helicopter like you saw here, that you put maybe some Apaches over the APC, or Centauro that are good at other vehicles. That is, I can't show you the airfield because I don't have one on this map, but I will do a movie tutorial about that also. I think that's all I can say about the vehicles. This group limitation gets higher, one a little less later, but you can say one per base. So Tiny have 10 bases, so you can have 10 groups. Never build more than 9. In that case, keep one space open for productivity and for maybe an APC. And directly you drive the APC into the new base and conquer it, of course the group disappear, and you can also do that by grouping the same kind of vehicle, or same exactly vehicle. And of course, when you log out, you have put all your vehicles outside a one flagged base. That's very important. Otherwise, next time you log in, you don't have any vehicles. If you park them outside your main base and you log out, the main base disappear and your vehicles are all alone. Next time you log in, they are either dead, or you will spawn on another place anyway and can't reach the vehicles because they are standing in the middle of the desert and do no use. And don't build FAVs, don't build Humvees, don't build spy helicopter. Never build an APC if you're not going to use it. Take a look at my list under GameWise at SWEBAT.com. Register at SWEBAT.com if you don't have yet. Costs nothing. It's contribution to our alliance, and it shows you're serious. Yeah, and always have vehicles that are fitted into what you're going to do. And don't build a lot of vehicles to go out and kill other vehicles. The game is not about killing other vehicles. The game is about taking bases. If you need to take out a vehicle, you do it and build vehicles for it, but you have to think that the game is about taking bases and taking control of the world. In this case, map 48. Also keep in mind to have and use your vehicles as an attacking unit, not defensive. When you have a lot of groups, of course you can build defensive units. I'm going to show you. Now I'm doing a long time tutorial again. Then you can build a Patriot that is a defensive weapon, but you can't use it attacking because you can't park it and activate the missiles if an enemy is in reach. So you have no use of it. The use of the Patriot is to park it so it can be ready when there's no enemy nearby, and it will protect you. It's a defensive weapon. I will do other tutorials later about each vehicle maybe. There is some vehicles that don't fire. You use them for other things. The jammer you can move with your vehicle and it won't be seen on radar, for example. You can bring the detector with you and you will detect on the field if a stealth is nearby. But if he shoots at you, we will detect it anyway. But read about the vehicles, read it on the site, get to learn them. Don't build FAVs and Humvees. Yeah, I can tell you like now on the map here too. When you look at this map, it's totally blue here and down. You can actually, if you are over here, you can see this line and you can see there's no enemies here. It's all blue. You can actually click all over here, all the way over here. And then if you're moving from here to here, never drive around here or around or something. Look for the blue area. If it's totally blue, nothing brown or red here anywhere, it won't be any enemies because you see them. We have bases here. If it would be an enemy here, it would be a small red dot. If you're here, click on straight line to this area, and when you're here, you maybe move, you see with the line here. You can move this and you see, but here is pretty safe. Down here, no, I will hit that red. Or I will hit that, okay, I move a little bit there. Oh, okay, this is a perfect turning spot. So I'm over here, I mark my vehicle over here, I move the camera here and I click here. Then I know the vehicle will go here. And when I'm here, I see it's clear, it's clear, it's clear. This is a good cleared area. I click here. Then you know it will go here and here safely. Of course you can follow it to see what happened and look on the minimap. Is there any reds closing in on my vehicle? No, then it's safe. So don't go around here and try to mix yourself. No, you will lose them because the base defense will probably hit you. Look at the areas where no brown or red squares and move them. And while you drive, of course, the fuel disappears. So before going on a mission, look at the fuel, get a grip about how much fuel your group are using. Yeah, thank you for this, for your watch, and I will do more tutorials like this. And that means I will do more tutorials that are a bit dizzy and strange, and I talk here and there and say the same things all over, but you like it and you will get use of it in the game. So see you soon and register at SWEBAT.com. Have fun. See you online.